Under lock and glass, in a quiet room of Yale University's Voynich Rare Book and Manuscript Library, lies a book that has defied every attempt to unravel it. Its pages are yellowed with age, its ink browned and faint, yet the colors of its strange, alien illustrations still cling to life. Coiling plants no botanist can name twist across the parchment. Women with pale faces and strange, elongated bodies wade in green pools. Diagrams of unknown constellations spin like frozen clockwork. Every page is covered in writing, neat, deliberate, and utterly indecipherable. For over 600 years, no one has been able to read a single word. They call it the Voynich Manuscript, and it is the most mysterious book in the world. To stand before it is to feel the presence of a riddle carved into reality. Its parchment was made from the skin of calves, smooth and carefully prepared. The handwriting is confident, as if the author knew exactly what they were saying. Yet the letters belong to no known language. They dance in repeating patterns, forming words, sentences, paragraphs, all of them meaningless to human eyes. You feel the weight of centuries pressing against you, the unbroken silence of something that has resisted every mind that dared to touch it. The story of the manuscript's modern life begins in 1912. Wilfrid Voynich, a palish book dealer with a nose for rare treasures, was exploring the crumbling halls of the Villa Mondragon near Rome, an old Jesuit college with secrets of its own. In a chest, wrapped in silence and dust, he found a book unlike anything he had ever seen. He bought it, took it back to London, and began to dream of the fortune and fame that would come from unlocking its meaning. But the book would give him nothing. It stared back at him with 1,000 blank eyes. He could sell it, but who would buy a mystery they couldn't own? Voynich, ever the showman, began to tell stories. He hinted that the manuscript was the work of Roger Bacon, a 13th century English friar known for his genius and alleged dabbling in alchemy. If true, it would be worth a king's ransom. Scholars from across Europe were drawn to it, linguists, cryptographers, scientists. They turned its pages with reverence, copying its script, tracing its bizarre diagrams. Each was sure they could crack the code. Each left defeated. The book's structure seemed purposeful. It was divided into sections. The botanical section showed plants no one could name. Some looked almost real. Others were grotesque hybrids, roots curling like veins beneath alien soil. The astronomical section displayed circles of stars, suns, and moons, but the constellations didn't match our skies. In the biological section, naked women, dozens of them, stood in greenish pools connected by strange plumbing, as if bathing in rivers of liquid emerald. The pharmaceutical section showed jars, roots, and herbs, all neatly drawn but unknown to science. And the final section was pure text, page after page of the same inscrutable script. In 1969, the Voynich Manuscript found its way to Yale University, where it sits today, catalogued as MS 408. Over the decades, countless theories have bloomed and withered in its shadow. Some believe it's a medical text from a forgotten civilization. Others say it's an elaborate hoax, designed to fool a rich patron in the Middle Ages. Some suggest it's the work of a lone genius, inventing a new language for reasons we can't guess. During World War II, the U.S. military's top codebreakers, the same minds who cracked enemy ciphers, tried to read it. They failed. Decades later, computer scientists ran the text through algorithms, searching for patterns. The words obeyed linguistic rules, but belonged to no known tongue. Some researchers claim it's an early form of constructed language, like an ancient Esperanto. Others think it might be glossolalia, writing without meaning, born of trance or madness. In 2018, a group of researchers claimed to have made progress. They argued the manuscript was written in an extinct form of proto-romance, encoded with word fragments and shorthand. They claimed to have identified certain plant names and medical instructions. But their findings were met with skepticism, because no one else could replicate their results. The book resisted even this latest assault. And there is the question no one can answer. Who made it? Carbon dating places its creation between 1404 and 1438. The handwriting is the work of a steady, practiced scribe. The paints used on its pages were common in the 15th century. It is undeniably real, undeniably old, and yet completely unknown. Some suspect the hand of a medieval doctor, cataloging herbal remedies in a code meant to protect trade secrets. Others whisper about alchemists, secret societies, and hidden knowledge too dangerous to leave in the open. A few go further still, suggesting the manuscript may not be of human origin at all. Even the images seem to mock our attempts to know them. Plants grow in ways plants should not grow. Their stems twist like question marks. Their leaves fan out in impossible symmetry. The astronomical diagrams turn in rhythms our solar system doesn't follow. The women in the baths smile faintly, as though sharing a joke with the author, a joke we were never meant to understand. It has been studied by the best. It has been photographed, scanned, reproduced, and translated into dozens of attempted alphabets. And still, we know nothing for certain, except this. The Voynich Manuscript is unique. There is nothing else like it on Earth. When you look at it, you can feel the presence of the unknown pressing close. You can imagine the author, a shadowed figure hunched over a desk by candlelight, dipping their quill in ink, drawing plants no one had seen before, writing words that would defy every reader for centuries. Was it a work of genius, madness, or both? And perhaps that's the real secret. Maybe the Voynich Manuscript was never meant to be read. Maybe its power lies in its refusal to yield, in the way it forces us to confront the limits of our knowledge. In an age when almost every mystery can be Googled and solved, here is one that remains untouched, unbroken, silent. One day, someone may find the key. One day, the script might spill its secrets. But until then, it will sit under glass in its quiet Yale vault, holding fast to a truth it will not share. And as you leave the library, the last image in your mind will not be of the plants or the women or the stars, but of the words themselves. Thousands of them written in a hand both human and inhuman, stretching across centuries to whisper something into the void, something you could almost hear but will never understand. What if it was never written for us at all? If you think you could be the one to crack its code, start looking closer, start digging deeper, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be the one who finally forces the Voynich Manuscript to speak. Until then, stay curious and keep your eyes open. Want more videos like this? Like, share, and subscribe to the channel.